Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So, no message today, we're just using the Dark Crystal Tarot, and we're going to see what message Spirit wants to share with us. So I'm hearing 7 cards. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so let's actually see what we got. Oh, these ones don't belong on here. Whoop. Okay, let's put those ones there and then these 3 down. So first we have the 7 of Crystals. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Fool with the King of Gems in reverse. Strength card in reverse. Ace of Shards in reverse. And 3 of Gems. So first thing that I find interesting is just every time I use this deck, every single time, the King of Gems comes out in one way or another. And so here he is again, but this time he's in reverse. So we're not actually up to that card. That's just the first thing that I'm like, well, hello again, old friend. Except I'm getting it in reverse, so it's not quite a friend energy. So let's just start from the beginning and work our way through. So 7 of Crystals. So what they show me is it did start off with the purple one, right? The dark crystal is a purple crystal. But then we looked around and we had this green one, this red one, the blue one. It started to show like the different factions and things like that. But I'm being very drawn to this one, to the green ones. It really brought me into the heart. And so I'm wondering, right? Because in the dark one, in the purple one, it's like the essence. But what is the green energy? And I'm getting chills now. Whoa. Just let the energy come through a bit. What is the green one? What's the red one? Obviously the red one I'm getting more is like survival and like grounding energy. I'm seeing that one be very earthly connection. But usually green, if we're going to go by the chakras, is the heart chakra. And what's interesting is that we do have the Lovers in reverse. When I looked in on it, I started to see the Merkaba, the bringing the above into the heart, and then the heart into the earth, bringing it back up. And when I look at the Lovers card, there is, where'd that star go? There is like a little star coming from the 2 hands coming together, which again, you pull that energy through you, it goes into your heart, and then it comes out your arms into your palms. And so they said, okay, I was like, I didn't know what the green one was, but I thought heart, but what the green energy is it's actually healing energy. It's taking that source, bringing it through you and healing. So with the Lovers in reverse, why is it in reverse? Why are we not healing? What is going on with this? So they go back to the Fool. And here's the Fool holding the crystal shard. So now they're showing me, right? He's on his mission. He's going to go and he's going to insert the shard into the dark crystal. So this is where the main energy and the focus is taking. And it makes sense. If you aren't quite feeling like yourself lately, You know, you're like, I know who I used to be. I used to be so energetic and youthful and all of this. I'm just not feeling myself lately. And it's just, I feel drained. And so if you are kind of in almost survival mode, like if you are being drained energetically, it's hard to tap into healing. So we're gonna go back to these ones. If you're in safety, and notice that there's just one red one out of all the other ones, they're all balanced and equal. So when it comes to the root, and if you're not feeling balanced, that's a lot of pressure to put on one area, rather than two sides kind of taking the brunt and being able to like slowly temper it. Where's that temperance? Sorry, that's a different reading. I was like, ooh, nope, that's gone. But tempering that energy, there's a lot of strain on here. So what I'm actually picking up is lower back issues right now. I'm seeing someone grind their teeth a lot, that they're in this stressful time, and they're not able to tap into the heart energy, into the loving energy. Because in the lovers, right, that's you being able to share equally with another. And then they're like, hey, don't worry, like I see that you have these problems, like I'll do this for right now, if you focus on this. And then that way each is balanced. But what I'm getting with it in reverse is you don't always have that other person that like comes in and helps you with that. Sometimes you really are in hermit isolation mode. What I get from this is that this hermit or isolation mode, or whatever this is, whatever reason you're having the whole brunt put on you, is out of your control. I could tell that it's not willingly. I'm hearing someone be like, no, I chose this, but ideally we would like to be more balanced. So to go on and take the jobs and chores and everything of two people or more, it's starting to put a lot of stress. I'm getting a lot of really lower back. But now they just keep showing me the hips and shifting and being unbalanced and all that. And so from that's where I'm getting like a teeth grinding, because there's so much stress put on this. So now they're bringing it into the Fool again. The Fool, if you look here, especially on this one, there's the mountain, and he's ready. He has ready to take a step off. There is a rope kind of tied around it, and so this tree, these vines, has kind of got. You could go off and have whatever adventure it is, but there's still those safety nets and ropes and things that got your back. So I'm seeing that isolated person again. But they keep stressing that they have to do everything on their own. It's like, that's energy that's just kind of coming through. And so if you don't have that partnership to help you with it, Spirit's saying, what we wanted for you is to open up into the Fool energy, because the Fool is all about taking a leap of faith. It's all about a little bit of being a little naive, because you don't really know what's on the other side, but there is trust that has to come from it. And trust, they say, is trusting that the universe has your back, trusting that the universe has these ropes around you. And even though you're in this stressful situation and they're saying jump like a trapeze or something, and it's scary, it's knowing that you're safe. And they're saying once you have that trust, that's when the heart opens. That's almost like having trust. You can't have trust and fear at the same time. Because if you know that the universe has your back, you know that everything's going to work out. You can be scared, you can be whatever, but to be fearful, that stops it, because you don't believe that the universe is going to help you. So I am seeing someone not quite have that trust yet. They a little bit do. It's almost, I see them almost like ready to get off that start line or whatever line so many times, but they'll talk themselves out of it. And it's that fear that talks you out of it all the time. So let me go back to our old friend who shows up every time I use this deck to record a video. He's in reverse this time. So King of Gems is all about material things. And this is saying, like, I keep seeing someone be like, I gotta do it all. I got all these bills to pay, and I got all these extracurricular activities I gotta do, and I gotta go do this, and then I gotta go help so and so with this, and then there's a birthday I gotta go make a cake for. It's just like almost so many things. And so they're saying to stop focusing on the material things outside of you. What do you want to share about the material things, though? They say look into the card a bit more. So they brought me to these 3 mountains here. And so when I saw the 3 mountains, I saw the 3 sisters, which is in Canmore. And so sisters came out, and then so they brought me to 3. I see 3 as an important number because I saw a family dynamic, and it's like, maybe it's like, you know, if you're the oldest, you tend to have all these responsibilities, and then you look at the youngest or the middle child, and you're like, why don't they have to work as hard as me? Like, why do I got to do it all? That kind of energy coming through. And then I looked over here on his arm, and there was 3. So something to do with 3. I am getting a family dynamic. Yes, I am. So there's the 3 sisters, and then I'm getting the parents over here. There's 2 huge mountains. So it should be an equal, I don't know. I'm seeing delegation need to come to the forefront. If this is a family dynamic and you are running yourself ragged while everyone else is just having the time of their life, and your lower back is, because you've taken all the brunt, you've got pain. I just keep seeing the stress in the jaw, and it's very uncomfortable. And so I don't know, Spirit's like really saying like a body scan. So many times we're like, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and then this, and then when we actually sit to rest, we're like, okay, what's the next plan? What's the next plan? We only ever live here. And so what they want to do is like, how does the top of your head feel? Like, and do a body scan, and do it so slow that it's really just you bringing awareness to your body. Because I keep picking up these pain inside the body that wants to be let go, wants to be released. And so it says to move on to the next one. We have strength in reverse. That's where I'm seeing the delegation. It's like you once you do this body scan, I think you're going to be aware of just exactly how your mindset has been to I don't know, it actually is just so unfair. It's coming at a cost to you. And when you actually realize, if you actually take a time to scan the body, you'll, I don't know, I'm seeing like the foresight in the long run, realizing that it never benefited you, that if you had known how things were going to go, that you wouldn't have gone down that path, that you would have told others like, okay, this is you, this is you, this is you, and then bringing that balance back more. So now when I look at this as a family dynamic, I'm seeing, right, maybe that's the parents, and then the 3, and then whatever. Each one has their role. Someone is good at something where someone else isn't. And oh, look, 3 of gems. There's still something to this 3 that I'm not getting, but we will. Let's get there. So the strength. I just keep hearing that it's going to come at a cost for you. That Spirit really wants you to stop right now and actually be aware of each pain in your body. So again, very, very slow. Start from the top and scan your way. There's just like maybe even one side of your body you're not even able to feel. Maybe you're only ever future focused, right? I kind of see the body as like a line down the middle, and then one side's the past, one's the feminine energy, one's the masculine energy. Based on your perspective, when you're in your thoughts, one could be thought or past energy, one could be future type energy. And it's just learning how your mind and your body react. Because the best intuition, every time I do a reading, I get twitches and I whatever, but those are huge. Those are the subtle signs that you need to interpret. So they're saying, like, feel everywhere in you. Because what I'm picking up is just so much stress being stuck in a certain spot. And it's such a repetitive thing that it keeps going to the same part every time. And your mind will just quickly glance over it and it doesn't exist. You know, where'd you get that bruise from? Oh, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, once it's to your awareness, you feel, that's all you feel. Because you're like, okay, my alarm for meditating just came on. Meditating, I think that's so important because we keep talking about this body scan. So it's almost like I'm seeing a river be blocked or a dam. And it's like these emotions want to come. So now we're going back to this green crystal. And this green crystal, they said, was healing. So I don't know, just listen to the body when it wants to talk to you. I feel like you could do a reading. I could even do a reading without any of these cards. I could just go in and, I don't know, just learn how your body talks to you. Let the heart energy from your hands or however you could do your body scan and listen. I just keep hearing, listen. Like there's just a little bit of frustration. Because with this Ace of Shards in reverse, I do feel like that there is something in the auric field that has just a little bit of a tear. And from this, that is where the energy kind of keeps leaking. And so there is a need to slow down and stop this tear or this, just bring awareness to it. Yes, you could go out and you could do all the chores and all the everything for everyone. If this is a family dynamic, right? I'm so strong, I could do anything, and while everyone else just rests and has fun. But I'm sensing with that teeth, they keep showing me the teeth grinding. It's turning into resentment. And especially with the King of Gems in reverse, that's now taking things and, well, if you don't do this, then I'm going to take this away. And I don't know, it's just starting to be a little bit more mind manipulative, and we don't want to be that way. We can't control what's outside of us, but we can control how we feel. So these three of gems, which is interesting because on this one, I talked about purple, I talked about the green, I talked about the red. I never talked about the blue, but the blue is very much standing out in the three. So it's the throat. Is it? No, they're showing me fresh air. They're showing everyone else getting to go out and do the fun things that they want to do and the playing and the adventure. And so the blue crystal is bringing me to fresh air. So if you've been stuck inside, I don't know, if you're at a computer all day or I don't know, wherever you are, what I'm seeing is just not enough of being connected to the outside or whatever it is that expands you and brings joy. So the breath, they're saying, could be for you to take time for the meditation, or it could be you going out in nature and just, I don't know, whatever it is it's a moment that needs to quiet things down. The mind needs to quiet down. You need to stop going outside of yourself and trying to force everything. I'm seeing, especially with the grinding and then the lower back pain, I'm seeing a little bit of stress on money or financial things. And this is unnecessary, they say, because everything is okay. I'm hearing someone be like, oh, I'm seeing someone have multiple jobs and they're getting tired. And now that they're tired, they've got pain in their body. This pain is not being released or worked through. And now it's turning into different things. It's solidifying now. It's easier to let things go, right? We are going to take some stuff in. And that's why the scan is so important, because we'll be like, oh, when did you get here? okay, and then you can breathe through it with the blue and release it. But the more and more we ignore it, the more and more it's going to solidify. The more solid a thing becomes, the harder it is to work through. Whereas at the beginning, to have that time for yourself is just awareness. It's like, okay, I'm tapping in. Oh, nice to see you. Let's let you go. They're telling you to go to the Strength, the Fool, and the King of Gems. Oh, I'm getting... They keep turning me. It's showing a look to the future. I'm seeing someone in the moment being like, I gotta do this, I gotta. And so they're getting a little bit stressed on the money situation. They're not being able to go into this Fool energy and have that, and so with the Strength, they're taking me and they're like really turning me towards looking farther ahead. You don't know what's gonna happen down the road. And all you see right now, they say, is, let's say this is timeline, this is the middle, like here's the past, the middle, future. You could see just a little bit in the future. And so to make plans only based on this far of the future is no foresight at all. So now they bring me to this, 3, third eye. We're gonna bring our third eye into this. And so now, right, it was blue, but this is actually indigo. It's almost purple, it's almost blue, and that's the gift of sight. And so what was purple? Purple was all about your essence and things like that. And then blue, they said, was air. And so it's like breathing life, they say, into the future. By you stopping to take time to slow down. Now I'm seeing the washing machine stop on the cycle. I'm hearing that. It takes away the heaviness. Now you're able to see farther. But the thing about the future, there's some things that you can't control. But what they're saying is that there actually is so much you can control. That you can see how things are going. You can see that pattern. You can see how to stop that pattern or that cycle and make a wish. Or yeah, they're like, just make a wish. This is what the Fool does. Fools are like, it'd be so fun to do this. And then they're like, all right, let's go do it. So it almost takes you out of your current survival situation, they're saying. Because I'm, again, going to that lower back pain. That's safety and survival. That's almost the root and your sacral. And so the root is safety and survival. The sacral is your creativity. I feel like out of these 3 sisters, you haven't had much fun. You haven't got to be the one to go out and I just keep hearing singing. I'm seeing a concert or music or something. It's almost like Cinderella. And it's like, you got to stay home and clean while everyone else gets to go to the ball. And so what did Cinderella not understand? Well, that she was going to become a princess / to the queen. But in the riches to rags moment, she didn't even have that. So when she actually had the wish, that's when the fairy godmother came, which is, now I'm seeing Cinderella vibes. And that wish, I said fresh air, right? If you're inside and you're cleaning and dust, all that, and all I'm seeing is you go outside and just making a wish. She had to tell the fairy godmother, what do you want to do? She's like, well, I just want to go have fun. That's pretty much all she wanted. And that wish went even farther. By having fun and stopping, it kind of got her up off the ground and created something unimaginable that, she could have scrubbed the floor and scrubbed the floor and scrubbed the floor. But no matter how much you scrub the floor, it's never going to bring you to princess status. And so it's interesting to get Cinderella at the end of all this when it's the dark crystal. But essentially that's what I feel like Cinderella was. It was a slave. And so that's what I'm seeing, this energy. This energy is I feel like you feel good doing things for others, but it is depleting you. And so in the sense, that's stealing your essence, because Cinderella was so much more than just a slave. She was beautiful because she had a beautiful heart. She could connect to nature and animals. So there's that nature again. I'm seeing fresh air is so important. And so I'm just seeing someone go out in nature and just daydream and like look at clouds and be like, oh, that one's this, that one's this. That is so important to your future. That's you working on your third eye and opening it to be able to see visions, to, I don't know, it's going to tap into the spark of wishing a greater future for yourself. And by you just taking time for yourself is wishing a greater future for yourself. You're not meant to be the only one that everyone else benefits from. And so funny. As I was coming up the stairs, I had my like magnesium powder in here and it didn't mix well. And I like, you know, like those dandelions and you make a wish. Well, it was like white powder on the top and I was like, and it went everywhere. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I could have done. How foolish of me. But I see now that it works out perfectly for this story. I thought I got it all off my shirt, but just want to share that moment. Spirit, is there anything else that I'm missing? I heard no, but as I did that, Gus from Cinderella came up and he was like, duh, Gus, Gus. And then they showed me mice. And usually in tarot and my cards, and not tarot, oracle and things like that, if you get the mouse card, it's like the most destructive card out of the whole deck. But that's not what I'm seeing for this. I'm seeing what's destructive is for you to stay trapped in that mental mind loop, the one that causes you to grind your gears and cause pain in your body. I'm seeing a massage will be very beneficial to someone, especially if you've got this trapped. Remember how we said the more you ignore it and it solidifies? Going for a massage will really help loosen that up, and that is you taking you time. And, you know, you just lay there and the only thing that you really can do is breathe and heal. So that's bringing back in the heart and healing energy. I'm seeing the hands be very, very important in this. And they're coming back to this King of Gems, how his two hands are holding the gem. And they're saying, whatever you do with your hands, be very mindful, because your hands are connected to your heart. And your heart pulls in the energy of source, and it's your source. So whatever you do with your hands as your gift to share with others, be mindful of who you're giving it to, why you're giving it, and don't deplete yourself because of it, right? Don't just give your heart to someone who doesn't want it. Don't just deplete yourself. I just see yourself working yourself to the bone and not taking time for the joy and the fun that you want. And that mentality of, well, if it's got to be done right, I got to do it, or I butchered that. If I want it done right, I got to do it. I think that, again, we come into the family dynamics. There's someone that is skilled at everything. Those stepsisters, well, they could definitely pick up something and do something. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? They said no before, but I just feel like the teensiest thing is they're going back to the mouse, back to Gus, how something so destructive is actually going to be so healing for you. I think it's like once you actually do that body scan and you feel whatever that is, it's going to unfold and you're going to be like, oh, I can't continue down this path. And so that's going to make you look even farther than you have been looking. And then that new thing is going to blow your mind. And this just definitely gives me Cinderella vibe colors. There's a chance to take something that is so destructive for you and make it enchanted into princess, otherworldly, blow your mind status. So we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.